Welcome back. It's time for our Your Wealth segment with John Van Limbeek joining us from Abbott Wealth Management. It's great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Yes, we touched on this last week with Mark Bertoli in regard to the fact that crude has dropped significantly in the last 6 months to the tune of, the last I checked, about 65%. It's worth 65% of what it was. Okay, yes, $65 per barrel. It was up to like 108,
107.
Yes, and so huge drop, but yet the prices at the pump have dropped, but not as much as the oil has. And so why is that?
The majority of it has to do with, I'm going to say taxes. Taxes, subsidies, supply, demand, and bottlenecks, if you think of those three kind of things, right? So the taxes are government taxes. Subsidies are depending on the country, because everybody purchases gas or oil on the global market. Then the governments decide how much taxes are to impose or not. So Venezuela, for example, pays less than 5 cents a liter for fuel. What? Yeah, and because of subsidies in that country, and 5 cents per liter, because most of it's subsidized.
That's amazing.
Norway pays over $2.10 a liter. Wow. And then Canada and everybody in between, but majority of it is taxes or subsidies. Okay. Then you have the supply demand, which is absolutely valid. And majority of that and then the third part is capacity or refinery. So at the refineries, they're not stepping up production enough to flood the market with gas? I don't think they can. Okay. So since the I'm going to say the late 70s, the refining capacity is higher, in the late 70s than it is in 2011. And really? There's less refineries out there. The capacity has gone down, but the supply is worth more. So you have those price changes a little bit higher, a little bit more relevant. Well, I'd just be interested to know if we're going to continue to see gas drop, and will it stay dropped? And I know you can't answer that question, right? You'd have to have a crystal ball to do that. But we're watching it drop, and I keep thinking it's going to rebound, and in fact, it continues to go down. You were mentioning today, 102.9 at Costco, yes. And a couple cents more in other locations. But I wonder if we'll crack the dollar mark, for example. They have in Alberta. Have they? Yeah. So that might come our way. I think they're under 90 cents, I believe. Okay. Yeah, so it might come our way. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Yeah. I bought a fuel-efficient car based on thinking gas was going up, right? So we'll see what happens. Yeah. But it's always good to be fuel-efficient anyway. Yeah, yes. Smart on the environment. What's that? Smart on the environment. Absolutely. You know, electric cars are going to make a huge impact as well. They already are. But we have a question before we run out of time. Our question of the week this week is, why does my RRIF payment, Registered Retired Income Fund payment, change every year, and how is it calculated? The RRIF is a Registered Retirement Income Fund, and that's the payout vehicle from your retirement planning. It changes every year based on your age on January 1st and the account value, if you think of it that way, on January 1st. Okay. The financial institutions have to do it and have to run that calculation as per the government rules, and that is basically why it changes. And so are people aware of that every year that are paying into it? Are they aware that's what's going on? I'm going to say yes, but maybe not to the degree that until you have the meeting with them. Okay, yeah. So important to go in and find out what's changed in the last year. You shouldn't leave it for 5 years. No, don't leave it for. I was speaking with a couple people in the newsroom who said, "Oh, I've got to go and see John. It's been a couple of years," and it goes by quickly. It does, but it's good to be consistent. True. Okay, yeah. Thank you for being here today. Yeah. If you have any questions for Abbott Wealth, information's on the screen. If you have a question, don't be shy. Info@abbottwealth.com. We may be answering it next week for you. We're back in 2 minutes. Stay with us.